Today we're looking at why you should never offer to supply materials to your decorator. Hi, I'm Trevor. I own a small decorating company and we love to share our work and what we get up to. We also love to review anything decorating related, so when it comes to doing your decorating project, you'll be able to save valuable time and money knowing exactly what tools and products to use. If this sounds like something that would help you, why not hit that subscribe button and join our community? Gentlemen, you wouldn't take a T-bone steak to a restaurant and ask the chef to cook it. Or ladies, you wouldn't take your hair products with you when you go to the salon to get your hair done. So why do some customers think it's okay to supply decorating materials to their decorator? Although I'm asking this question, I think I really know the answer. And it's like all of us, we're trying to save some money. Now, there's nothing wrong with saving money. I try and do it the best I can when I can. However, if you're asking a decorator to use products they're unfamiliar with, there could be additional costs that you're unaware of. For instance, retail paints don't have the opacity of trade paints, therefore don't cover as well. This could mean that instead of normally taking 2 coats to cover, it could take more, therefore incurring more costs. I was interested to find out how other decorators felt about this topic, and so I posted this question on a decorators forum. I thought I'd share some of their answers with you. To start with, a large number of decorators, in fact 83%, said that if a customer was supplying materials, they probably wouldn't be interested in quoting for the job. So that's an interesting point to start with. Also, a large number of decorators said that they only guaranteed the products that they supply. Now, decorators want repeat business like all good companies do, and they, in my experience, they bend over backwards to help their customers. However, if they can't supply the materials, they are much less likely to return further down the line if there's been a problem. Some even said they wouldn't do the work unless they could supply the paint. Now, this is a very straightforward answer, and it means that if you did say you'd supply materials, you're reducing the number of quotes and estimates you receive for your work. Another mentioned they'd only be happy to complete the job on day work, meaning you're paying the decorator by the day and not on a fixed rate agreed at the beginning of the job. The big disadvantage to you as a customer is that until the work's finished, you won't know the total cost of the work. Another variation was that they'd supply a quote for 2 coats, and if there was more coats than that, this would be classed as an extra, and then of course attract additional costs. Now, this might be a good time to mention the difference between a quote and an estimate. A quote is a fixed price, so no matter what happens during the process of the job, that's the price you'll pay. So if you're told it's going to cost £500 at the beginning, at the end £500 is what you should pay. An estimate is exactly that. It's an estimate of the work that you think would need doing. So you may come across problems during the job that could attract additional costs. So although you may originally have an estimate price of £500, by the time the work's finished you could be at £1,000, for instance. So it's worth deciding when you ask a decorator whether you want a quote or an estimate. Most of our work is done by quote, so it just works. I find it works better for both parties. I hope that made sense. If it did, type yes in the comments. I don't know about you, but if I'm getting anything done, I really like to know from the start what the final costs are going to be, and the less grey areas there are, the better. Talking of grey areas, we now come to the materials themselves. When you say materials, do you just mean the wall colour, the wall paint, or are you including ceiling paint? Are you including the sundries, such as sandpaper, cork, fillers, white spirit, putty, cleaning fluids, tack cloths, knotting solution, stain blockers, sealers? The list goes on. So it's a good idea to get this clarified at the start. Ultimately, you may lose a very good decorator because of the choice of materials you choose, as this comment shows. So the decorators turned up, the products he asked for weren't there was a very cheap replacement. He kept to his word to a degree, did one of the cabins and then didn't do the rest. Now, I'm pretty sure the bloke didn't want to walk away from what was a nice run of work, and had the site owner listened to his suggestions, he would have completed his contract and the owner would have had a nice long-lasting job to be proud of. Now, I'm sure this is all coming over as doom and gloom, but I just wanted you to see what it's like from a decorator's point of view. Now, I'm sure you as a customer are just thinking, well, it's paint, what's the problem? To a decorator, it's what we deal with day in, day out, and most quality decorators know their products inside out. And by not listening to a decorator's help, recommendations and advice, you're missing out on one of the main reasons for employing a decorator. Now for the good news. If you still feel like you want to supply materials to your decorator, here is the best way to do it. Ask him or her what materials they need to complete the whole job. Find out where the decorator goes to buy their paint and other items, and use that supplier. This can be the best solution for everybody, because you as a customer know you're getting the best trade prices, and the decorator knows that he'll be using or she'll be using quality materials. Now there are other ways to save money decorating, and we're going to do a video about that in the future. So if you want to see that, click the subscribe button and the bell icon, and you'll be the first to know when that video becomes available. Okay, I hope all this made sense. I'll speak to you soon. Thanks a lot, take care.